Welcome back. Today I wanted to bring in a new root that many of you may be unfamiliar with. And many of you, I guess, a lot of people, they're stuck to the same types of roots over and over, and they never introduce themselves to nothing new. And a lot of times that's where a lot of things begin to be stagnant in your life. Things are become boring, and love becomes the same, and you continue to choose the same type of lovers and whatnot because you're not introducing yourself to different and new types of herbs and roots, even oils. A lot of you just keep using the same thing. So today I want to discuss Lovage Root. It's a great root to draw in a new lover, a new relationship, new sex, new friendship with a lover. It's basically used to help you to draw in a new person in your life. And as you see in the picture, it's a very thick root, thinly sliced. Depends. Sometimes you can get it a little bit thicker, but what I find with it is when charged up correctly and cleansed off well and added into your spells, it helps create a lot of love and energy. It's going to help you to get the attention and get the attraction from someone different. So with Lovage Root, what I would tell you is this. Be very careful where you're purchasing your herbs and your roots from, because herbs and roots, what happens when worked in, like if they're worked around negative spells, dark spells and whatnot, or even people that are very dark, these herbs and roots begin to retain negative energy. They begin to drain in and hold strains of evil and wickedness. And then now you're trying to use it in a love spell and things aren't going well. So what I would tell you to do when it comes to many of your roots is to cleanse them off. You can bathe them in a hyssop bath, or you can use Florida water, or you can use bay rum, and you can cleanse them off, which is a great idea. A lot of your herbs are not going to be able to do that, but you want freshness in herbs. You want to look at them. You want to make sure you're actually getting the herbs. So just get in a book where you can write down how herbs look, or even taking pictures for yourself so that you can know, and you can know what you're using and compare it to, your other witches and other friends, or a trusted spiritual person, which you can ask them if this is of the root or the herb that you are actually getting. That's going to help you with a lot of insight and clarity when using different items that you've never used before. So this picture right here is of the Lovage Root. What I like to do with it in spells, is it makes a good bath. That I'll tell you. So you can use attraction oil, you can use love notice, and you can use come to me. And you can take the root and you can boil it for 21 minutes. Add in some honey, add in some brown sugar, add in those 3 oils. I sell them at my shop. I sell the Lovage Root at my shop as well. So add those all 3 in, and mix it up really well. You want to let it sit for, I say like 3 days is good. And you can put it in the refrigerator. Refrigerator keeps spiritual baths really fresh. Put it in the refrigerator and mix it up. Make a good batch, because you want to work with it for like 9 days. If you're going to use it to draw in a new lover, you want to keep a pink candle lit for yourself with love notice oil. Attraction oil can go in there as well. Poke some holes in your candles if you're going to use a glass candle. If you're going to use the smaller candles, which are the chime candles, those burn from like 1 to 2 hours. You want to use those consecutively. You want to work with them for at least 21 days when you're starting a spell. When you want to push energy, you want to create energy. So 21 days is a really good time to work in a spell and to get in some type of energy out there. If you're working on a new lover, you want to know their name. You want to know things about them. You don't want to just work on a random stranger that you don't know his date of birth. You don't know anything about them. So it could be of a friendship that you've had, and you want to draw in a new lover, a new relationship. You can work this over them. You can place 9 Lovage Roots in the middle. You can either use spell candles, which are the short, fat candles. They're about 4 inches. You see the ones that I use in my group services. Those are altar candles. Those are not chime candles. Chime candles are much thinner, and they're about the same height, about 4 inches, but they're much thinner. You can use about, I say pink would be good for calling in a new relationship, a new lover. I would like you to use 9 of those, and you can make a circle, and you can put attraction powder around the plate. Put the 9 candles, dress them with love notice, and you want to take 9 pieces of Lovage Root and place the name of the new lover that you have in mind, that you want to start a new relationship with, that you want to start creating some new physical, sexual attraction, passion, romance. You want to name the 9 things that you want underneath. So on the top of the root, his or her name goes, and underneath the 9 things that you want. So you want loyalty, you want trust, you want passion, you want commitment. All the things that you need and desire will go underneath the bottom of it. So you may want someone that is, just faithful as well. That's like one of the main things you want in a relationship. You want a faithful person. You want a generous lover. You want a caring lover. You want a lover that's going to listen to you. One that's going to, you don't want to put love, because you're not going to build that up in day one. But you want to build up, the passionate side of him or her, the romantic side of him or her. And you want them to like you first. You can't jump into any love spell and ask for 100% of love out of that person. Eventually, yes, as you work the spell over and over, that's something that you can build up. But to start, you don't want to physically come in and just have it as a love spell. It's a basic attraction spell to draw in a new lover, a new romance, and something desirable in your life. So anytime you work a love spell, if you've been taught that you need to ask, for in the petition for 100% love out of this person, you can't do that. Love has to be built. You can't fake love. You can't create that out of nowhere. But to try to create false love in magic, no, you don't want to do that. Because anytime I work for someone or they're trying to do some work, I always ask them, is there any type of love left? If there's just a bit left, that's what you're going to work on. You're going to rebuild the relationship. You're going to rebuild the attraction. You're going to rebuild the trust and the commitment that you want. Because some people, no matter what, they want to stay with this person. They want to be with this person forever. They don't want to take no for an answer. They're going to work with the little bit of love that they have left, and they're going to create that into something bigger and larger. Don't want to work with false love. That's why it's good to sweeten the person to you. And if you found yourself sweetening people and they're not giving you no feedback, it's best to move on from them, because it's going to be hard to create that love. If it's something there already, work with what is there. If you've been in a relationship with them and you've gotten a reading done and there's something left, something still sizzling, then that is great to work with. But you don't want to necessarily try to create love and it won't last for too long. There's nothing holding it around. You want something that has a bit of structure around it already. You want something that has had stability around it. And if you've had a good relationship, and maybe if you were the one that messed it up, if they still love you and still care about you, then yes, working a love spell would be great to do upon them, because you're not building any false love within the relationship. That's why a lot of people have issues in love spells, because they're trying to create false love. What you're doing in this spell, you're creating attraction. You're getting them to notice you. So after you've done the 21-day spell, after you have prayed over it, you can go with Solomon's Song of Solomon, and you can say this every single day for 21 days. And 9 candles are lit every single day. So you can use 9 chime candles. If you don't want to, you can use jumbo candles, and you'll light them in sessions. So you'll light them, they can burn in 3s. So you can light each candle out of those 9 for about 21 minutes each. The chime candles, you can just let those burn down, which will be a great idea because they're small, they're thin. Even the spell candles, you can let those burn down. But if you don't want to, then for the spell candles, then let them go halfway and then burn the remaining the next day. And that'll be 2 days worth. So with working the attraction spell, as you draw the person in, then you got to do your thing. Then you got to stay into the relationship. Even though it'll be a friendship to start, you want to stay into it. You want to call them, you want to text them, you want to take them out to dinner. You want to start being romantic. You want to do every single thing that you can do to keep that relationship going. Yes, you've requested and asked for certain things in that spell, but understand that every time you work a spell, you're not generally going to get every single thing that you want and need, because this may be the type of person that you may not even know. What if this person has been hurt before and they have trust issues? And trust is one of the things you ask for. That's something then after that you have to work on building. So what you can do with the 9 candles, you can write down the 9 things on the 9 candles. And dependent on how each one burns, you're going to be able to see what issue lies within this person. So commitment may be on the first candle, and they may have no problem, committing, but they may have a problem with being romantic. And the second candle, you may have romance on it, and guess what? They have an issue with that. They don't know how to be romantic. The third one, you may have asked for a generous lover. They may not know how to be generous in love and or and purchasing gifts for you. A lot of people, they love that. They love to be taken out. They love to go out to dinner. This person may have an issue with money, so they can't be as generous. So all of those things play into part when it comes into your spell. So what you can do, which would be great for many of you, write on each candle, write down the same things that you're going to write on the Lovage Root on each candle, and watch how they burn. And that's going to help you to know what area you need to work on for this specific person. So as they come in and you guys are building the relationship, you still have to do things. Don't put things 100% on the spell. It has to be you doing things too. And I think that's where a lot of people get confused. They feel like, oh, I'm working a spell, I'm just going to sit back and wait. No, that's where you're incorrect. That's why love spells are not working, because you're sitting down waiting on all the energy from the spirits and whomever you're working on. Even though you should, whenever you're working on love spells to start, you should try to focus on the energy that you can put into it, so that you won't be relying on anything or anyone but yourself. That's where the drainage comes in. That's where you feel tired and weak, because you're putting so much energy into it. And a lot of people, they'll confuse you and tell you, yeah, work a love spell, do it, sit back and wait. No, there are things you have to physically do. When they call you, you should still reply. When they ask you to take you on a date, you should go. When they ask, what do you want to do this weekend? Come up with things. Don't be stupid and then expect to work a spell and then expect it to go 100% in your favor if you're not doing things on your end. You have to play a part in every single spell, and I want you to really be considerate to that. So 9 candles, 9 Lovage Roots. You can also burn a 7 or 9 day candle within that ritual too as well, and work this for 21 days. Any spell in which you're going to attract and draw in other people and get the attention of them, it's going to take time to build that energy up. So yes, if you want it, put the 21 days into it. Start gathering your supplies, start gathering your oils, start gathering the things that you need. You can take the bath for 9 days and you work the spell for 21 days. You can start it, listen, for some of you working with the moon phase, you can start it during the waxing and continue it 7 days after. So you can have a good 21 days working your spell and your ritual. Some of you can work it from Friday and end it on a Friday. Like a lot of people, they like to work with the moon rituals, but sometimes you don't have time to do that. So working it according to you and your energy and how you feel is always good, because if you come home from work one day and you don't really feel that good, don't work that spell. If you're tired, you're sleepy, don't work that spell. All of that energy is going to be put into it. You're going to get a tired spell. You're going to get a worn out spell, and not much is going to be pushed into it. So you always want to be feeling good. Keep blue candles going for tranquility. Keep white candles going for clarity. Keep your guardian angels around you. Call forth upon your ancestors. Light up small candles and give them, incense and sage and stuff, and ask them to guide you. Within hoodoo, it is always good to build energy. Working with your roots and your herbs, that is key. That is number one. So always make sure that you feel good so that you can do your spell well. Get yourself to a pattern. Every single day that you work the spell, it'll build more and more and more energy. Do your bath again. You can do a few sessions of the bath. So when people tell you that they're actually putting work into a spell, they actually are, because a lot of people that are new to hoodoo, they want to falsify spells and tell you fake things. No, you have to really put time into it. You can work it 1 month, and then you can go back on it again, and then you can go back on it again. 3 times is a charm. Get a reading to make sure that you're getting the attention of this person. Get a reading to make sure that things are moving well. And also keep yourself physically looking good. Like, nobody's going to be attracted to a slob that doesn't comb their hair, doesn't shave, doesn't smell good, clothes and attire don't look well, your makeup has you looking like I don't know what. So like, keep yourself looking good. Do your eyebrows, do your hair, take care of yourself. Make sure that you are well presented for somebody to be attracted to you as well. Because a lot of people will say, oh, I'm doing a love spell, and they are disgusting. Nothing wants you because look how you carry yourself. It's the truth to things. It's the truth in the matter to a lot of things. Attraction spells are not going to work, and no love is going to be built because you are not carrying yourself in a manner to which somebody's going to look at you, want you, and need you in the long run, love you. Okay, so I've explained the baths you can use with Lovage Root. I've explained the ritual you can work, and say your own prayers. You can use the petition that you have written, about 3 sentences, nothing too crazy. Don't be trying to ask for hand in marriage. Don't be trying to get engaged on day 3. Slow your roll. Give people time to get to know you, get to know them. And things can possibly work out. But if you run behind people and you're trying to get a ring in a week and you're trying to have a baby tomorrow, you're going to run that person far away from you. So take your time. Work your rituals as you should. Work it for 21 days. Take your baths. Keep attraction oil on you as well. And play your part. And I guarantee you that you will see how spells all work if you put yourself into them and do the best that you can do. Things will feel better for you, because a lot of people, they're working spells and rituals and they just light the candles and that's it. They forget about it. They're like, okay, I'm done. That set and forget method, it doesn't necessarily work for every single thing, because you can set it and forget it, but you still got to play a role into doing things. You can't just be stupid in this spell. You want to put yourself in it. You put in somebody else in the spell. You want that attraction. You want that physical attention from them. So keeping everything as it's needed is well recommended. Smell good, look good, and feel good each and every time you do a spell. Like, subscribe, and stay blessed.